Hey everybody. I just had to get on a minute because there's some people who are saying that that water, they say that water makes Morgellons symptoms worse. And I wanted to talk about that because I don't really know what they're talking about, because water, water, unless you've got a contaminated water or a polluted water system, water in of itself will not make Morgellons worse, okay? It won't. So I don't know. I mean, there was a few people who said that it was, but I don't know what they're talking about, because you have to have water. You have to have water in order to do the treatments, okay? In order to do the tub treatments. If now, when you do the bathtub treatments in the Epsom salt or the baking soda or the borax, you are going to see the Morgellons start coming out of the body. It's going to come out of the skin, out of the pores of your skin. So, I mean, you're going to see a lot of stuff coming out. So if that's what people are talking about when they say they feel like their symptoms are getting worse, if that's what they mean, they're seeing the Morgellons come out of the body, and they're just associating that with their symptoms being worse. Well, that's not actually making it worse. That means it's coming out, which is what you want. You want the Morgellons to leave the body. So you have to do the treatments in order to force it out of your skin, okay? Now, once you start the treatments, you are going to see, like I said, you're going to see a lot of stuff come. You're going to see the fungus, the white fungus come out. You're going to see the little sand-looking particles come out. You're going to see the little black-looking specks, that sometimes looks like little sand particles come out. You're going to see little things that look like bugs come out. You're going to see little fibers. You're going to see little filaments that looks like hair, little thin filaments that look like hair, but they're finer than hair. You're going to see sometimes a gel, sticky like substance come out. You can see anything come out with Morgellons, because every day we see more and more weird and bizarre things coming out. So you're going to see a lot of stuff come out. So if that's what people mean by water making it worse, yes, the water with the solutions in the water is going to bring the Morgellons out, but it's not actually making the Morgellons worse. It's just doing what it's supposed to do. It's pulling it out of the body, okay? So you've got to do these treatments in the water in order to remove it, okay? I don't really think you can take things internally, okay? But in order to get it out of the skin, you're pretty much gonna have to do the bathtub treatments, There is a skin detox you can use. I mean, if you don't want to do the bathtub treatments, there is one herbalist who has a skin detox, and it involves vodka. You mix vodka with sodium bicarbonate, and it's all kind of things you mix in with it, and then you just rub it on the skin. So you could try that. I will leave a link for that if I can find it. I know I left a link in one of my other videos. If I can find the link, I'll post it in the description box for this video if you don't want to do the bathtub treatments. But you really need to do the bathtub treatments to get the Morgellons out of the body. And you have to keep doing the treatments until you pretty much get it all out. Now, you're not ever going to get it all out because they're continuously bombarding us with it. So we're always going to have it in our bodies, but you can get the majority of it out, and you have to do that through the bathtub treatment. So, yes, when you do the treatments, you're going to see the stuff come out, and you are also going to see sores break out on your body. When you start the bathtub treatments, you're going to see the sores break out, because the sores is part of removing the toxins. When the fungus and everything starts coming out, it comes out through the pores, and it causes sores on your body. So yeah, you are going to, and that may be what people are talking about. They may be seeing the sores break out in their body after doing the treatment. So that may be what they're talking about. But it's not actually, your Morgellons is not getting worse, okay? It's getting better because it's coming out. So I just wanted to talk about that for a minute and address it, because Some people are afraid to do the treatments because they think it makes it worse, but think about it. What is your alternative? Okay, you want to leave it in the body? You can leave it in the body if you want to. If you don't want to get the Morgellons out, then of course you really want to leave it in the body. Leave it in the body, but it's just going to continue to build up within the body, and you're going to be a sitting target. Okay, because we know that's what the Morgellons is for, is to target us. Okay, so if you leave it inside the body and you don't remove it, it's going to keep building up, and it's just going to make you an easier target. Okay, and so most people know that Morgellons victims are targeted, and targeted individuals. Okay, so they're pretty much one and the same. Every targeted individual has Morgellons, and everybody with Morgellons are targeted individuals. Okay, so there's just thousands of ways they can target you. Okay, all they got to do is have the Morgellons or the nanotechnology inside the body, stabilized inside the body. That's all they need, and then they just then wherever you go where there's a frequency or some kind of technology, you're gonna be targeted. You know, if you've been activated. So now I'm not gonna get a lot into how they target you, but they can control your mind. They can insert thoughts into your mind. They can make you think things and say things and do things that you wouldn't normally do. They can also control your emotions. The nanotechnology in the body it's actually AI, or artificial intelligence. Once you get emotional, it triggers artificial intelligence, and it can intensify your emotions and cause you to blow up, do things you wouldn't normally do. I have seen this happen in so many cases. My brother was one of them. We didn't know at the time what was wrong with him, but he was targeted on a daily basis. He was gang stalked, and he was targeted every day, and it literally drove him crazy, and he committed suicide. But he could get the least bit upset or emotional about something, and he would just go into a rage. You know, this was not him. No, this was not the normal him. This was not how he was normally. It was the AI that was triggering the nanotechnology in the body, and they were intensifying his emotions. Okay, they can do this, folks. They can do this. And so you don't want them to be able to control you, okay? Plus they got the hive mind. And I don't know if any of y'all know about the hive mind. I didn't know about it till recently, where they actually upload your mind into a giant computer. And I think that is probably where they do most of the controlling, or if it's done remotely. But it's all done by having the nanotechnology stabilizing the body, okay? And another thing I wanted to touch on was when I talked about the importance of the scalp treatments. Now, I want to show you something. Now, most of y'all probably already know this. If you are in the medical field, you know this. But then there might be some people who don't realize this, so I want to show it. When I talk about the scalp and how important it is to treat the scalp, it's because the brain is the control center for the body. So I'm going to show this. I'm going to put this up here for anybody who can't see it. The brain is the control center for the body, okay? I hope that's high enough. So this shows all the control centers inside the brain, okay? And if you've got the nanotechnology implanted inside your brain, they can control any part of your body. They control anything they want to, okay? They got you. Okay, like I said, most people already know this, but I'm going to show it anyway because I need to stress the point about treating the scalp. If you treat the scalp, you have to do the scalp treatments. You have to soak your scalp right along with the rest of your body in the bathtub treatments in order to remove the fungus and all the technology, the nanotechnology from the scalp, because this is how they control you. This is all the frontal lobes and the neocortex, everything. It's right there in the head, okay? So that's why I stress the importance of treating the scalp. Because if you don't get it out of your, you've got to treat your whole body. You want to get it out of your whole body, but if you don't get it out of your scalp, or you're out of your head, then it's not going to do you much good, okay? I mean, it's not going to, the rest of it's not going to be that beneficial if you don't remove it from from the head, because that's where the control center is. So, and especially at the back of the head where the brainstem is. It's all important. It's all important, folks. So I know that I knew this already. I knew about the control centers in the scalp, and that's like I said, that's where my first symptoms started, was in the head. So I started doing my head, treating my head first, and then later on it moved to the rest of my body. But I was just mainly doing the bathtub treatments. But now I actually keep my head saturated, or my scalp saturated, with some kind of essential oil. I use mainly I've been using lavender or birch or oregano or frankincense or lemon, or I got cedar wood, and I got thyme, and I got just any kind of essential oil will do. But you do want one that's kind of strong, because you want it to penetrate the scalp, and you want it to pull out the Morgellons that's in the scalp. So once again, that's why I wanted to point that out, how important it is that you treat your scalp or your head. Okay, and I know I talk about it a lot, but it's so important, you know. And a lot of people, they just treat their body, they just soak their body, and they don't actually treat their head. Okay. And they wonder why their symptoms are not getting better, and that's why. Okay, so that's very important. So, and about the hive mind, don't listen to the hive mind. Okay, if you have Morgellons, you most likely already are connected to the hive mind. So if you have like voices in your head, I know targeted individuals have this. They have voices in their head that tells them, go here, do that, or, you know, stuff like, and they said it's still like somebody's telling them what to do. Don't listen to that, okay? If you listen, it may seem like it's helping you. It may seem like it's helping you, and you might think, well, oh man, this is a God, or this is God, or this is just my subconscious. But it's neither one. It's not God. God doesn't speak to your head. God doesn't speak to your head. God speaks to your heart. And it's not you. It is the hive mind that's controlling you and telling you what to do. It might seem like little minute things, like, oh, well, go turn this on, or go look out that window, or go. It might seem like minute things right now, but they're just trying to get you to trust them, because they've got you set up for a trap later on. Okay, this is how they introduce it. So don't listen to the hive mind. Don't listen to them. Just go inside your heart and listen to God. That's what you want to do, okay? If the hive mind gets you, if they get you trapped, they get you in, and you start obeying and doing everything they say, then they got you, and they know it, okay? They're testing you. See if you will obey. So I just wanted to touch on that, because I don't know a lot about the hive mind to really do a video about it, but I know that it exists. I'm aware of it, okay? And I am not controlled by the hive mind. I take my instructions from God within me, which is in the heart. I'm always heart connected all the time. And when I'm in meditation, then I get messages from God. It's not a voice in my head. It's a message that comes straight from the heart, and I know that's when it's God. So I just wanted to point that out, and just talk about the water. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say today. Is water is safe, okay? Your water, like I said, unless it's a contaminated water, your water is not going to make your Morgellons worse. The treatments are going to bring it out of your body, and that is what you want. Okay, folks, you don't want to leave it in there. Okay? And then with a scalp, just keep you some kind of, if you don't want to use essential oils, use some kind of oil. You can keep your scalp saturated with some kind of oil. I know people say, well, my hair is going to look oily, but mine actually don't. I mean, coconut oil does not make your hair really oily. It just makes it shiny. So there's some oils you can use, and you can keep on your hair or on your head all the time to protect it, without making your hair look oily. Okay. And plus it also helps your hair grow back, because when you do have Morgellons, you do lose a lot of hair. But if you can keep the oil in your hair or in your scalp, then it's gonna help the hair growth too. So that's all I wanted to touch on today, folks. And I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.